We're starting Solstice's decoration today. She's got her first layer of white on, and I think that she's only going to need a light misting for touch-up after that. She looks pretty good, so I'll keep filming as I'm continuing the process. Solstice is ready for the next stage in her painting, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the gold blaze on her nose, on the nasal bones. And so that that is possible and no gold paint goes anywhere else, I have taped and newspapered the rest of the skull. The only thing that is exposed here is the nasal bones. There is some area left that will need to be touched up later, but this is pretty much the basic stencil here. Coat 1 is completed. We're going to let this dry and then we're going to do another coat. This is Solstice after 3 coats of the gold. There's a couple little spots that are going to need to be touched up, as well as a little bit of white put over. But it looks pretty good so far. She's going to have some touch-ups even with the white. For some reason there's a bit of a newspaper transfer there. I'm not sure why that happened since she was not wet. Maybe the newspaper was. But we're coming along pretty good. Solstice is finished. Callie, leave her alone. See the sun design on the forehead? It's not exactly how I envisioned it, but this is how it was supposed to be. Usually if I make a little mistake in painting on the animals, I take it as it's not a mistake, it's how they want it to be done. The insides of the sockets are painted black. There's gold detailing along all of her plates. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put her up on the wall beside the sacred stag. What do you think, Snowflake? Did we do a good job? Here she is beside the sacred stag. You can see I decorated her similarly to him, only she's got the sun, whereas he has the moon. He is based after the sacred stag in Greek mythology, the white stag of Artemis, which is why he has the crescent moon on his head. And that's not a bullet hole, that is a hole for mounting, where the people who had him previously had him mounted on a wall or something like that. They used screws to keep him in place. I just have a piece of an old metal coat hanger on his back there to keep him on the wall. But with Solstice, you can definitely see the differences in the sexes of the deer. You can see how massive he is. His skull is made not only to support the horns, but also to support impact from other males during rut. Whereas the females, they're a lot more delicate, and they're not as thick in the skull as the males. Now she is missing her lower nasal bones, where he has his, but with an animal as young as she was probably just around a year, or a little over a year. Nothing was completely fused 100%, so things get lost in decomposition. But here she is, finished, in her place beside the sacred stag.